you so much for your time. Aro amikta hutiule thakado. Ami also panu janai to Robert Kikon Pokso Act case laga upor and then he has been summoned to appear in the court August 10 then aji 22 she did he appear aro appear korna shilo kina huna jawla society laga.
Hey, Robert Kikon laga Amakan Janado, he was not in India. So we were told that he had fled off to some Southeast Asian countries. We were able to trace him to Cambodia. Then we were able to trace him in Vietnam, where he entered under a different passport. We are told that he's probably in another Southeast Asian country as of now. We are trying to follow up. Hopefully, we should be able to locate him. My request to him would be, it is not a good thing to keep running around. If you have committed an offense, so be it. If you are not guilty of an offense, it will be better to come back to India and face the law on your own.
Sir, last question from mine because Amiganita second when it comes to such cases, POCSO cases can be the alleged accused can get dure, but when particularly Robert Laga case I should go there manukan public can bishi question to the law enforcement agencies also like tahan apni probably be serious na thaka laga ekta bi kwase. So you being the DGP, so what do you have to even tell the public?
So ito na janya para public koi thakibo pare. If an accused is within the country, any police officer of any state can arrest him. Okay, so the Nagaland police can also go to any part of India to arrest him if he is in India. So my request to everybody is, if he is in India, please let us know. We will go and pick him up. But if he is not in India, then there are international procedures which are in place, like extradition. We have to follow those. First, we have to locate him where he is. Then there is a legal process which has to be followed to bring him. It is not that we are not doing our best. We are trying to do our best. But all these things take time because unless we know the exact place where he is, it is very difficult to get him.
Sir, previously apne kane jo CCTV footage, CCTV surveillance can implement kule kane proposed screen ase. So you said that around 10,000 CCTV will be required in Dimapur. So what is the latest update?
No, it's not 10,000 CCTVs. We can put CCTVs, any number of CCTV cameras anywhere in the country or in Dimapur. But there are two broad mechanisms of using CCTV cameras. One is a government-sponsored one, where I have already said that the Ministry of Home Affairs, under its police modernization scheme, they have sanctioned money to Nagaland government for putting up a network of CCTV cameras in Dimapur and Kohima. So the proposed number of cameras in Dimapur and Kohima put together is around 1,440. Okay, 1,440 cameras in Dimapur and Kohima. This will include CCTV cameras, which are normal surveillance cameras. This will also include some facial recognition cameras to catch the criminals that we know. These cameras will also have additional functionalities like people on two-wheelers not having helmets, people not putting on seat belts, other traffic offences, wrong parking in wrong areas, people roaming around with weapons. So it will have so many other facilities also. We had floated a tender. The process of the tender is nearing completion. We hope that in another 2 months or something, we should be able to start the project of installation of the cameras. But just for your information, even without that project, on our own initiative, through the help of some sponsors and well-wishers. So among the sponsors, I'd like to specially thank the Corporation Bank, and the Bank of Baroda for giving us some money, some funds from their CSR funds for installation of cameras. Some amount of money is also being has been sanctioned by the State Bank of India also for this. Uh, the Honorable Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Patton, they have given 5 lakh rupees each. And the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, she has given 20 lakh rupees for this. So with all this money, we have been able to install about 60 cameras already in Nagaland in various places. The cost is not just the cameras. The cost is on the software which detects all the things. The camera is just recording things. It's on the software and it is on the servers, the computer servers on which the data is stored and processed. Besides that, there is a lot of regular running cost on the internet connections through which the data is collected and fed back to the servers for analysis. The current group of 60 cameras we are somehow able to run as of now. But with the new project coming in, we should be able to do better. There are a couple of other also CSR sponsored things which are in the works. I hope it gets through. Toyota Motors India has also expressed its willingness to help Nagaland police to install some cameras in Dimapur.
So and then it's been some time that the recently Chungkima IET Plus, and the case has been handed over to the NIA. So what is the latest update about it?
So see, once the case is handed over to the NIA, we have handed over all the records of the case, all the evidence or all the other things that we had gathered to NIA. Normally, NIA does not tell us what is happening in the case. They would not tell us. It's a different organization. It's a central organization. We will only come to know once if they need our help in conducting any searches or arrests or anything. Otherwise, they don't tell us, so we are not really aware of what is happening. But I think they must be on the right track.